We're looking for the obsessives.
My main
Vibe coding.
So, I am building a company, and today I went out on this hiring experiment to a Google event. I was trying to find my technical co founder, and it was a massive failure. But we're running a few minutes late. The only thing that's missing is a t shirt. The business cards are ready to give out. Have to pick up the t shirt on the way because the printing guys got done with it yesterday at 9 o'clock. Okay, we're ready. I really hope Mr. Ravi is ready with the shirt because otherwise we're wearing this nerdy polo. Anyways, it looks alright, but fingers crossed, Mr. Ravi, please have the shirt. Okay, guys. So, in my previous video, I spoke about how to build in today's world, we need lesser people. And since we need lesser people, that means the quality of every person matters a lot. Okay, so we are a little late. The paranoia of being late eats me up and absolutely kills me. But what I'm telling myself is this Matthew McConaughey podcast where it says, I think there's this teacher that speaks to him and tells him that move fast, but not in a hurry. So I made sure, taking the cards, extra cards too, and just the shirt. Another good go. He gave me some stickers and all, but the whole objective was to go out there and meet technical founders. What's crazy is I was just listening to a Y Combinator video where they're speaking about how, as a business founder, you need to go out and find your technical founder. And it's crazy how we're literally doing all of that. Coincidence? I don't know. Fingers crossed. Crazy coincidence, but very helpful. I'll tell you why in a minute. Before that, let me explain what is my strategy going into it. So there were two, or technically three core things that I focused on. One is how to stand out. I'll explain that in a second. The second thing was actually preparing for it. How do you not look like every other person there that's probably there to hire? And the third thing was really looking for people that are unconventional. The first thing that I did to stand out was wear this tank top. Okay, this was the outfit. Okay, guys. So I'm literally it's a random ass room in Lalit Ashok. This is the T-shirt. We've got Project 001, and I don't know if you capture this, but we also know what. At the back, it has some stuff printed on it. This T-shirt was designed for this event. Hopefully, this works. I ordered the tank top. It's a jockey tank top, so it's not like some fancy tank top. 300 rupees tank top it was. But I ordered the tank top and got it printed last minute. But it was meant to create some sort of curiosity with the print and at the same time some sort of standing out with the tank top itself. To be very honest, I think I want to become a tank top person because I've always loved wearing sleeveless t-shirts and I sweat a lot. Like my palms literally are like swimming pools of sweat all the time. So wearing sleeveless does keep things a little bit cool. Although at certain points I was freezing in the event. But anyways, tank top to stand out, and it definitely worked. That was a success. I cannot quantify this, but straight off the back, a lot of people were looking at me. It was most definitely because I was odd. Like everybody else over there is like covered, wearing shirts or t-shirts or semi-casual stuff, and I'm over here standing in my tank top, like as if I've come to the beach. So definitely, stand out was a check. Now the text, not as much. Nobody came and spoke to me about it. Nobody even asked me about it. In fact, even when I was interacting with people about becoming like a co-founder of something that we're building on, nobody brought it up. So that is a fail or a waste of time and a waste of money. Okay, we got the shirt and it's a win. Let's go. So guys, we've got the ticket. We're good to go. I've already given out the card to like one person. It is intimidating being here alone, but let's go. This is what it looks like. It has warning written on it because we're really trying to create some sort of curiosity. And at the same time, it says, do not scan this if you're looking for, or if you're happy with your 9 to 5. And we're looking for the obsessives. I don't know if you can see that small text, but that's what it is, because that's really what we wanted, right? We don't want people that are just general. Like, we want those guys that are like, you know what, fuck it, I want to make a change. I want to make a difference. So that's why behind it says, don't build features, build a nation. And that's what we plan on doing with this application. And then you have a QR code that will lead to a landing page, which is what you guys saw in the last video, hopefully. So the landing page is just simple 1.4 billion nodes, which is supposed to be like an analogy for 1.4 billion people we can target. Now, in terms of the business card, it did not work much either. The problem was this event wasn't exactly curated for networking as much. It was more of a learning event than networking, because sure, they did give instances where you could network. So there was high tea, there was lunch break, there was a morning gap before the events actually started. And over there I spoke to people. I spoke to at least 15 to 20 people. And it did give out the card. But the opportunity to do that was not as much, because the other times when you could speak was when people were speaking on the stage. And you would have to be an absolute dick to have a conversation with somebody when somebody's speaking on the stage. And at the same time, not only to the speaker, but to the person you're speaking to also, because a lot of the people over there want to just learn, right? So maybe the way I went at it was probably not that ideal, like giving a card. I could have done something more, quick, something that explains things more better. Okay, guys, so we're done with the event. Uh, in terms of networking, all right, but fuck, the learning was exponential. The people over there, I realized, were crazy, because think about it, these guys have the choice to just sit at home and have a normal Saturday or a normal weekend, but instead they're choosing, okay, let's go out, let's learn something. At the very least, if they're not there to network, they're there to learn something. So for that reason, the people are definitely there, but in terms of reaching them, probably not the best strategy. I realized quite early on into the event that, hey, okay, look, it's gonna be hard to hire over here because of all these hindrances. And definitely there was certain bit of anxiousness or nervousness from my end too. It was not exactly easy for me in the beginning, at least, to go up to people and speak to them. Eventually that got easy too, which is when I realized that, okay, look, it's not me trying to run away from this discomfort or this uncomfortable situation, but it's me actually like being logical about this. And then I transitioned into, okay, look, what are people here for? They're here to learn. So let's fucking do that. For me, with business and self development and all of that, I'm at the point where I want to move like water, which means when this situation arose where I was like, okay, hiring is a little difficult. So then immediately my mind is like, okay, what is the next best thing we can do? And let's not beat ourselves up for it. I remember about a year or so ago, I'd gone for the same sort of hiring thing for paying me, my previous company, and I'd gone to Shrishti School of Design to look for really talented artists. Now, lot of flaws in that approach of finding talent, but it did not work. And I remember beating myself up for it. Like, you did not do enough. You did not prepare enough. You did not reach out to enough people. Like, what were you doing? Why were you so stupid? Why were you so nervous? Why were you just not informed? And I couldn't really gain anything out of that event. But in this case, yes, I maybe did not prepare enough, or maybe I didn't think hard enough, or maybe I did not speak to enough people to understand how these things work and how I can go about building something or getting actual value out of it. But that did not mean I was going to beat myself up for it. So what I did immediately was like, okay, let's get into learning mode and let me learn like a motherfucking bitch. The beauty of it all was I really believe I'm at the stage where I feel like when it happens, it will happen. I'm not going to die about it. And that's a really good place to be, because it's sort of letting all this baggage that I've been carrying to just go, like just heal. It'll be okay. It'll happen when it has to happen. In terms of what I learned, so this event was like an AI event and more focused on how to build with AI safely and ethically and all of that, which was a beautiful lesson for me. Two of the biggest learnings for me from this event was how to actually build reliable AI and the importance of predictive answers. Look, I knew in AI, like if there is, a confidence score of about 85%, only then the AI is reliable and all of that. I knew those general ideas, but how do you actually build AI applications that are reliable? And that was absolutely mind boggling. There were so many things that I had no idea about what the words were, all the technical terms, but I was just really happy to know that somewhere I was able to connect the dots on a first principles way or like a fundamental understanding way. And in fact, towards the end, I even met this person who was explaining certain things to me, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, wait, I thought about it that way, which is really interesting too. So, all in all, yes, I did meet one person who I really think has some potential with who I could build something like this. But to be very honest, with things like this in the past, I've jumped the gun much sooner. I have thought like, okay, this person is a person. Let's go. Let's approach them. Let's try to get everything in place and try to sell them the dream and all of that. That's not work. I'm not going to run in like 10 steps ahead. I'm just going to like probably text them or find out more about them and just try to understand them before we even move into anything or before I even convince my brain of anything. So that was this whole event, guys. It was really fun, and I definitely want to do something like this more. Very interesting event. I even got into an argument with one of the founders or one of the speakers over there.
I can sit and say from a mighty horse, oh, everybody should start up. But would that paint a real picture for everybody? No,
But isn't that like pro cap? I mean, anti-capitalism.
not at all. I'm 100% capitalistic. Like, I truly
You're a
believe in
founder.
capitalism. Like,
So if you want to know more about that, then go ahead and comment down below. I'll type it out in the comment what exactly happened, which is quite interesting.